Hello, everyone. Good evening to you. Good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing? Good evening, Tulsi, Rahul, Rohit, Sunshine, Surender, Rohit, Gaur. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so as you know, the topic of discussion today is paleontological history of Earth. So basically, we are going to talk about all the different eras, periods, epochs, and all the important events about them. Okay, and this topic is quite important from exam point of view every time we see part B or part C questions. Earlier, if you ask like around 6 7 years ago, that time it this question, straightforward direct question, only used to come in part B. But nowadays they have combined it. They ask multiple things, put multiple events, and you are about supposed to arrange them, or you are supposed to match them with a particular period or era. And those kind of questions are put forward in part C type. Okay, so I know this topic, it includes lot of memorizing things, but if you are following the proper tricks, it will be easier for you to memorize. And if you are able to do that, so then you it will be easy for you to answer these questions. Okay, so it's not that difficult. Yes, it needs some kind of effort to study this topic. Good evening, Saujanya. Okay, so everyone, did you revise this topic before the class? Because I definitely want your active participation, then only it will be fun, right? So when I show the question, I want your active participation, and then we can discuss. Yes, did you all prepare? All right, Rohit. Excellent. Amrita, good evening. You came right on time. We are about to start. Okay. So how many Rohits we have? Right now in the class, we have got three Rohits. Okay. Rohit seems to be a popular name now. Good evening, Huda. Okay, that's okay, Sunshine. I want all of you to try and see. Okay. If you're not able to answer, absolutely all right. We are here to help you. Okay, Kirtana. So I just want your active participation. All right. So let's start then. Okay. So, first question. Adaptive radiation is common following a period of mass extinction, probably because. What do you think will be the answer? So the options are: survivors of the mass extinction are remarkably well adapted to their environment. Second, the unchanging environment following a mass extinction drives the evolutionary process. Next, many adaptive zones are empty. And fourth option, environment induces changes in the timing of development of many species. Yes, Rahul Kanetkar and Surendra, correct. Rohit Gaur, no. Kirtana, no. Vanishri, no. Rohit, Jacob, correct. Amrita, correct. So, what we have here, okay, what it is saying that adaptive radiation is common following a period of mass extinction. So, I remember I have told you in the class that when this mass extinction, so in the entire history of life on Earth, if we see, so there has been five mass extinctions, the big five we call it. Okay, now, some scientists think that we are right now in the middle of the sixth mass extinction, but there are different thoughts. Okay, but if we see in the past, so there has been at least five definite mass extinctions. Okay, now this mass extinctions, even though it sounds like it is, it is something which is destructive, something negative, but the Earth's evolution process, if we see, with every mass extinction, the evolution has become faster. Okay, and why that has happened? The major reason is that in the mass extinction, a large number of species have died. So when they have died, so there has been empty habitat. So the dying of the competitive species have reduced the competition, reduce the competition for whom? For the surviving species. So whoever survived the mass extinction, for them, then growth and meat and food, so everything this became easy, right? Collecting food, shelter, mate, everything became easy. Why? Because there has been a drastic reduction in the competition, because the competitors died out. Okay, so because of that, so whoever was surviving, for them competition reduced. So they show a very fast evolution, okay, into many diversification, into many different species. All right, so the major reason of this happening after a period of mass extinction is, option will be C, correct answer will be C, that many adaptive zones are empty. Do you understand? So either you say many adaptive zones are empty, or you say with every mass extinction the competition reduces. So those only are the reason why adaptive radiation happens. And you all, I hope all of you remember what is adaptive radiation. Very fast increase in the descendant species from a common ancestor, okay, in a very short period of time. That is called as adaptive radiation. And this theory we can prove, okay, with the same with the example of mammals and dinosaurs. So mammals and dinosaurs, they evolved together. Okay, so if we see the time on Earth in which mammals and dinosaurs evolved, so they evolved together. Okay, but what happened? Dinosaurs, they diverged first, they evolved faster. Okay, and the entire species, entire Earth was dominated by dinosaurs. Mammals were there, but only small nocturnal mammals were there. Okay, mammals were there, but dinosaurs, they dominated. Okay, now after the mass extinction, that in which the dinosaurs went extinct, okay, that is the time that mammals survived, and mammals, they diversified after this. Okay, so after the dinosaurs went extinct, so that reduced the competition, the interspecific competition was reduced, many empty zones were present. So that, because of that, mammals, they showed adaptive radiation after the dinosaurs have died, although mammals and dinosaurs, they evolved together on Earth. Yes, that's right, Astha. Okay, moving on, next question. Which of the following geological period is characterized by the first appearance of mammal? So if we see this question only, this specific question, it has been asked multiple times. Okay, two times exact same question has been asked in last 7 to 8 years, if we see. And other questions like combined with some other important event, and where the part C type of question where you have to match it with the correct time or the period when it happened. So that kind of question, it has been asked many times. Okay, excellent. Everyone, yes, you all gave the correct answer. Excellent. That actually says that you have studied. Good, good. And you have come prepared for the class. Very nice. Richa, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Not tertiary. Okay, so this is also one thing, that both of them, they appear similar, tertiary and Triassic, but they are very much different. They are in different eras altogether. Tertiary is in the Cenozoic era, whereas Triassic is in the Mesozoic era. And it is in the Mesozoic era that the mammals have evolved. So, which of the following geological period is characterized by the first appearance of mammals? The answer will be option D, Triassic. Richa, do you understand? So I know many times many students do this confusion, Triassic and Tertiary. Okay, but Triassic is in Mesozoic era, whereas Tertiary is in Cenozoic era. Got it? Okay. Before moving on to the next question, this is the announcement for the WISE scholarship or the Watson Impact Scholarship that you all know. So there are different scholarships, different levels of scholarships that are available. Okay, you can even get 100% scholarship and get everything for free. And even the people who are in ARM scholarship, there are some options in which you can upgrade to WISE scholarship. So, if anybody is interested, please get in touch with Biotechnica in this toll free number. And please remember there's a deadline, 31st July. Okay, so coming week. So, just couple of weeks are more left. So, 31st July is the last time to avail, last chance to avail this scholarship. Okay, and I think all of you already know, but still let me tell you, if there is somebody new for that, that there will be lot of things included in the scholarship. There is classes, definitely. You get gate classes as well as CSIR net classes. You get the study portal, which has aimnet, which has test series, which has mock test, which has ebooks, and along with that you have the concept notes, the tables, the mind maps, everything which will help you in your preparation as well as in the revision. And along with that you also get internships as well as workshops and mentorship sessions. Okay, so yes, if anybody is interested, please call this toll free number. Deadline will be 31st July. Okay, moving on to the next question. What are the possible evolutionary consequences of neutral genetic variation? Neutral genetic variation. Is there unit wise test? Yes, Anupam, that is also there. AIMNet itself, there is unit wise. Yeah, okay, Richa, but period is asked. Okay, just a minute, guys. Let me show the previous question. Yes, so Triassic is a period. Tertiary is a period, but Tertiary is a period of Cenozoic era. Remember, Cenozoic era has two periods: Tertiary, which came first, and then Quaternary. So right now we are in the Quaternary period, whereas Mesozoic era has three periods: Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. So why I said this Mesozoic and Cenozoic? So Cenozoic era, mammals diversification happened, but mammals evolution did not happen. Mammals made their first appearance during the Mesozoic era, during the first period of the Mesozoic era, that is Triassic. Got it? Okay, yes. So this question is about neutral genetic variation. So neutral genetic variation is described in the neutral theory of evolution given by Kimomotora. Sorry, Motu Kimura. I'm so sorry. It is given by Motu Kimura, and it is called as the neutral theory of evolution. Okay. So this neutral theory of evolution, what it says is it is not disregarding Darwin's theory. Okay, one thing that should be very clear to you, that neutral theory does not disregard Darwin's theory. So evolution by natural selection happens. Okay, but what neutral theory says is that uh, the evolution by natural selection happens, but that is rare. Okay, only in some cases there is evolution by natural selection. In most of the cases, the variations which are continuously happening in the genome of the organism, so they will happen in some place which does not give any kind of advantage or disadvantage to the individual. Okay, so all these changes will be selectively neutral. All right. So if these changes are selectively neutral, means it is not giving the individual any kind of benefit or disadvantage, then how do we define, or how do we choose that which variation will be selected, or which variation will be passed on to the next generation or not? Okay. So this neutral theory says that that will be decided by chance. So if there are selectively neutral variations, then those variations, whether they are spreaded in the population or they are eliminated in the from the population, will be completely decided by chance. Okay, so in this, answer will be no, Yusra. Answer will be option C, that neutral variation can produce evolutionary change, but these changes are in random direction. Okay, so it will not see whether it is beneficial or harmful. And anyways, these are the changes that we are talking about, which are selectively neutral. Okay, which has no benefit, no harm. So how do we decide whether how the nature will decide whether to keep the variation or to lose it? So that will be decided completely randomly. Understood? All right, next question. The first vertebrate animal appeared in which of the following geological ages? So remember in the class I told you that when you are remembering a period or a epoch and remembering the important thing, so you should at the same time you should also remember what is its correlation with other time scales. Okay, so as you can see here from A to F, there are eras also, periods also, epoch also. Two era, two period, two epoch. Okay, so you have to identify first vertebrate animal. It appeared in which of the following geological ages? The screen is not clearly visible. Okay, so Huda, what you can do is go to the setting. Okay, it will be there down the video. Just below the video, there will be the screen. Sorry, the setting. Okay, so from the setting, you choose a higher pixel. I request technical team, can you please put up that instruction here by which they can make the video clear? Huda, did you fix it? In the settings, okay, in the settings, when you right click, you have to choose a higher pixel. Sunshine, excellent. So far, only Sunshine has given the correct answer. But still not working. Okay. So maybe there's a. So check your internet speed. Okay. So check your internet speed one time, and if it is all right, then join back. Yes. Fine. Okay. So the first vertebrate animal appeared in which of the following geological ages? Okay. See, first of all, how can you do the correlation? All right. So Paleocene epoch or Mississippian epoch. So Mississippian epoch, yes, it is the part of Carboniferous period. Paleocene epoch is in Cenozoic era, the most recent era. Do you think vertebrate animal came in most recent era? No, right? So immediately you can eliminate that. F is eliminated, correct? Now if you eliminate F, okay, see, the thing is, when you know in which era, in which period vertebrate evolved, okay, so then to you can answer directly. Okay, so answer will be Paleozoic era, Ordovician period. Okay, A and C. What I'm going to tell you, that when you are not sure, how can you apply your logic to do find out the correct answer? Okay, so whenever we are. Okay, thank you, Harsh, for sharing this. Huda, Harsh is saying that at 840 pixel also it is clearly visible. Sorry, 480. I'm so sorry, 480 pixel. Yes, right. So when you know the answer, then you can directly answer it, that it is in the Paleozoic era, the first era, and the second period of that, that is Ordovician period. Okay, that is the time when the first vertebrate made its appearance in the form of jawless fishes. Remember? Okay. Yes. Now, how do you answer if you don't know? Okay. So, if you remember the, it is everything. Yeah. So, if you remember, so Paleocene epoch is in the Cenozoic, most recent era. Okay. So, definitely vertebrates did not evolve at this time. So, F is eliminated. Now, as soon as you eliminate F, what all options are eliminated? 1 and 2. Both have F in it, eliminated. Okay. Now, next, if you see option C, option 3, okay, option 3 is saying B, D, and E. B is Mesozoic era, D is Cretaceous period, and E is Mississippian epoch. Now, you will remember that everything here is wrong. This combination itself is wrong. Why? That because Cretaceous period is part of Mesozoic era, but Mississippian epoch is part of Paleozoic era. So these three cannot come together. Okay. So option 3 is also wrong. That means you are left with only one option, that is A and C. That is Paleozoic era and Ordovician period. Okay, so that is why I told you that if you use the mnemonics that I have given you, so with those mnemonics you can remember the order of the periods and eras that are coming, and with that only you can find it out. Okay, so if you remember Cambrian, which is the first period of Paleozoic era, during Cambrian period what happened? Cambrian explosion. Okay, because of which there was a huge increase in the diversity and variety of invertebrates. Okay, the next period, Ordovician. This Ordovician period is called as age of invertebrates because the invertebrates became the most important species. Okay, and so after invertebrate what will be the next complexity? This is very simple, right? That evolution will happen from simple to complex. So after the invertebrates what will be the next complexity? Vertebrates. That means at the Ordovician period the vertebrates made its first appearance. Okay, and Ordovician period comes in the Paleozoic era. So that's why A and D. What do you think, guys? Like this logically, can you think and answer? So for this also, actually, if you don't know anything about the eras, periods, and epoch, like you are seeing the names itself for the first time, then it will be difficult. I'll not lie. But if you remember the order, okay, with the help of the mnemonics, that camel often sit down carefully, perhaps their joints creak. So with that mnemonic, or with the mnemonic of epoch, that put eggs on my plate please honey. So with this mnemonics, if you remember the order and you remember the basic concept that evolution will go from simple to complex, okay, you can answer these questions by this selective elimination also. Rohit, what are geological time scale? Is that what you are asking? Kirtana, the early vertebrates, they appeared during the Ordovician period only, but you can also call it as the late Cambrian period. So I told you, right, that there are no hard lines. These are smudged because nobody was there to document everything. Okay, they cannot say that at this time this period ended and the next period started. There is nothing like that. So only the fossils and the data that we have in the form of fossils, with the help of that only we can say. Yes, yes, Vanishri. So there is no shortcut for that. So if you are preparing this topic, for sure you have to by heart the periods, the epochs. Okay, and that's why I gave you those mnemonics that will help you in remembering. So, coming to your question, Rohit, what are geological time scales? So, this geological time scale, so the entire time of Earth, okay, how old Earth is, okay, so from in that we eliminate the part where the initial evolution was happening, that the first cell was formed and all. So, after the species have come into appearance, okay, so from there, the times on Earth has been divided into different groups. Those groups are eons, then eras, then periods, and then epochs. Okay. So why am I writing this greater than or less than sign? Because one eon will have many eras, one era will have many periods, one period will have many epochs. So like this, the division has been done. Okay, moving on to next question, which is a rare question. This is the CSR question only, but this is a very rare question because it is asked from part B, that is the origin of unicellular metabolism, or you can say the origin of life. Okay, so rarely ever question come, and this question came in part C only. So you want to conduct Urey-Miller experiment and used a simplified apparatus with tungsten electrodes. You heated the glassware at 500 degrees Celsius for 3 hours to remove any organic contaminants. Gases, ammonia, methane, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen were introduced, followed by generating electric spark. Which of the essential ingredient did you forget to add? So to answer this question, you should have an idea about Urey-Miller experiment. And that is not at all difficult because this experiment, you have been studying it from your school days. Yeah, so got highlighted. So it is the very basic water that has been forgot. Okay, so if you remember Urey-Miller experiment, so you remember that, see, first of all, oxygen cannot be there because in the prebiotic earth there was no oxygen, right? Now if you see, all these gases are mentioned, but he first of all, in their experiment, what they did, they heated up water, right? They boiled water in a vessel and directed the water vapor to the chamber that had these gases. So, and there is no mention of any water or water vapor in this experiment. So what did you forget to add? You forgot to add water. All right, moving on. Next question. Microevolution is the term used for changes in allele frequencies that occur over time within a population at species level, within a community at genus level, due to appearance of new gene infections, due to mutation, natural selection, flow, and genetic drift. Which of the following combinations is not appropriate? Okay, not. So this type of statement based questions are kind of easy, but only thing you have to notice and highlight that whether you have to select the correct statements or the incorrect statements. So tell me guys, in this, what type of question statement you have to choose? Something that explains microevolution correctly or something that explains microevolution incorrectly? Tell me. Yes, that's right, Sunshine and Astha. You have to choose those statements which are not explaining microevolution properly. Okay, so means those statements which are incorrect about microevolution. Yes, yes, some more answers. Very good. Most of you have given the correct answer. Answer will be option 3, B, and C. Okay. So, what is microevolution? Microevolution talks about the small variations that are accumulated in a species. Okay, and that in a short period of time, and it does not result into speciation. Okay, so all these mutations that has been accumulated in a species before to a reproductive isolation, because once the reproductive isolation happens, then the speciation will for sure happen. Okay, because both the groups will undergo their evolution in a separate way, and that will ultimately result into reproductive isolation. But microevolution are the changes that are accumulated in the genome over time, okay, before the speciation. Okay, so that means microevolution does not happen at genus level. Okay, it happens at species level. All right. What are the different causes of microevolution? Mutation, natural selection, gene flow, and genetic drift. The four ways in which microevolution works. So what will, due to appearance of new gene infections, that will be wrong. Okay, microevolution will not result into new gene infections. There might be new alleles introduced into the population, okay, but not new genes. So answer will be option 3, B and C. Next question. Consider the following four geological periods: Quaternary, Cretaceous, Jurassic, Cambrian. Which one of the following option represent the correct arrangement of these geological periods from earliest to recent? Very nice. Excellent. Almost all of you have given the correct answer. So what it will be? Cambrian, the first period, right? After that, out of the things that are given, next comes Jurassic, which is in the Mesozoic era. Then Cretaceous, which is also in the Mesozoic era. And then Quaternary period, that is in the Cenozoic era, or the most recent period altogether, if we see. So what will be the order? D, C, B, A. Very, very simple. Okay. So students, you people were getting scared, right, ma'am, how to remember all these things. I see now that you people are answering quite well. So are you feeling confident now for this topic? How is it going? Are you liking the questions that we are discussing? These are all CSI paper questions. Okay, let me tell you that. Yes, are you liking the question discussion session? Are you finding it helpful? At the same time, let me know, are you feeling confident as well or not? Okay, excellent, Sanjana, Rohit. Yes, Anupam. Good, good. Yeah, so that is why this question discussion sessions are there, right? Because you already have the concept, you know the things, okay? But I can only help you in finding out the answer, okay? And slowly, when you will be able to do it yourself, so that builds up the confidence, right? That is why I'm giving you all time to answer first. Because at the end of the day, how much ever I help you here, or all the faculties of Biotechnica, we cannot enter the exam center with you. You only have to go there and you only have to solve, right? So your confidence has to be there. Okay, next question. This is from the endosymbiotic theory, and also this is a very rare question because from the entire subunit, okay, origin of life, very few questions ever are asked. Which of the following statement regarding endosymbiotic hypothesis of origin of eukaryote is incorrect? Yes, some answers. Do you people remember endosymbiotic theory? So endosymbiotic theory, what it says, that evolution of eukaryotic cells happened from prokaryotic cells by engulfment of various free living prokaryotic organisms. Okay, and over this long association of years that we this billions of years in which the evolution has happened, so this free living sorry, the free living organisms have now become organelle for the eukaryotic cell. So that is what is endosymbiotic theory. Yes, many of you have given the correct answer. That is option B. So you have to choose the statement which is incorrect. Okay. See, very simple. Cyanobacteria. So cyanobacteria formed which organelle? Cyanobacteria formed which organelle? If you just find out this, if you have the correlation of this, there cannot be any question which is easier than answering. Cyanobacteria. It formed which organelle? Yes, chloroplast. Okay. Proteobacteria. It formed which organelle? Proteobacteria, which organelle? Absolutely right, mitochondria. Okay. Now think about it. Statement B is saying that event of engulfment of photosynthetic cyanobacteria by a host cell was primitive. Primitive means first. So this is saying that the cell engulfed a photosynthetic cyanobacteria first, and then it engulfed a alpha proteobacterium. Okay. So if this would have happened, then what would be the scenario? That all the eukaryotic cells will be having chloroplast, but only some of them will be having mitochondria. Do you agree? If this had been the same scenario, because first the cell have taken in chloroplast. Okay. Then some of the cell out of it, they have taken in mitochondria as well. Okay. So if this would have been the case, then all the cells will carry chloroplast and only few of them will carry mitochondria. Okay, or a specific side only will be carrying, or specific lineage only that will be carrying mitochondria. But is that the situation? No. The situation among the eukaryotic cell is just the opposite, that all the eukaryotic cells have mitochondria, but only a special group, which are the plant cells, they only have the chloroplast. Right? That means this statement is wrong. What is the order? That proteobacterium was first engulfed and then cyanobacterium was engulfed. Does it make sense, everyone? Okay, so option D is saying one of the membranes of the engulfed double membrane cyanobacteria was lost in some of the hosts that eventually led to red and green algae descendants. Okay, see the evolution of red and green algae, if you see, so in them the plastids, they were engulfed by a process called as secondary endosymbiosis. Okay, so what is secondary endosymbiosis? Means a cell has already engulfed another cell and entered an endosymbiotic relationship, and then that cell which is already in a endosymbiotic relationship is engulfed by another cell. Okay, so basically in those cases what will be the scenario? That there will be more than two membrane around around a organelle. Okay, so red and green algae, their evolution, if you see, so that happened by secondary endosymbiotic endocytosis. Okay, so one of them, so in them, when we see that cyanobacterium, like the chloroplast is still double membrane, so that is because one set of membrane has been lost. Understood, Kirtana? All right, next question. Match the major events in the history of life with Earth's geological period. Now, this is a kind of question that I was telling you, which I ask nowadays a lot of time, that you have to match it. Okay. So, major event with a period. First reptile, first mammal, first human, first amphibian. Yes. And you will see, okay, this match the following kind of questions. I think I have told that in the last session also, and I'm very sure the other faculties might have also told you that always try to attempt this match the following kind of question first, because you will see that even when you like, there are four things that you have to match, right? A, B, C, D. But you will see that when you are able to match one or two, maximum two also, if you match correctly, you will get the answer. You don't have to match all four also. Good, the answers are coming in, and I must say, all the answers are correct. Excellent. So let's start with mammals, right? We were just talking about the evolution of mammals. So, first mammal, Triassic, we already know B is 4. Okay. So, when you see B4, so automatically 1 and 4 is eliminated. You are left with 2 and 3, right? What about humans? That is also easy, is it not? So humans, what time? Quaternary. Homo sapiens, the entire Homo sapiens genus that has evolved during quaternary period. So C1, automatically it is eliminated. Option 3. So do you see, just two match you do correctly, you get your answer. Right? But we can do the other ones also. So first reptile, it came during the Carboniferous period. So A will be 5. Okay, and you can remember it in this way, that Carboniferous means it's towards the end, right? Carboniferous period, then Permian. After that, Paleozoic era is over. Then the Mesozoic era comes. Now, the entire Mesozoic era is called as the age of reptiles. That means reptiles must have evolved one or two periods before that, right? The correlation. So remember, I told you in the class that actor, when they enter the film industry, so first they get the debutant award, and then 1 or 2 years after they get the best actors award. So just like that, you can remember with the species, that 1 or 2 period before it will a species will come, when it will be the first appearance, and then after 1 or 2 period, the species will become the most dominant species on the earth. Okay, so reptiles came in Carboniferous period. Amphibians, now if you remember, Carboniferous period is known as the age of amphibians. Okay, so definitely amphibians cannot come in this period only. So it has come somewhere before. So it has come during Devonian period. Okay, so D will be 6, A will be 5. Okay, so A5, B4, C3, D6. Understood, everybody? Next question. This question was asked, I think, this time, or the last one. Okay, not this CSR exam, the last CSR exam. Any movie that features dinosaurs should also have which of the following combination of geological age appropriate organism? Choose the correct combination. Okay, So any movie that features dinosaur means which era are we talking about? We are talking about the Mesozoic era. And in Mesozoic era also, in which period are we talking about? Majorly talking about Jurassic and Cretaceous period, right? So along with dinosaurs during Jurassic and Cretaceous period, what all other organisms were there? Yes, can we have some answers, please? Mm-hmm. Now, this time I'm disappointed. All of you have given the wrong answer. See, what does that mean? That you are remembering the animal species evolution, but you are not focusing in the plant species. Is it? Angiosperms, gymnosperms, you forgot. Remember, gymnosperms are the seed bearing plants, angiosperms are the flower bearing plants. Flower bearing plants came later. Yeah, so it is there to confuse you. Okay, so reptiles and amphibians, they were there, correct. But that means you are not focusing in the plant. Gymnosperms, early diverging gymnosperms were not there. Gymnosperms, in fact, were very dominant during Jurassic period. Okay, during Jurassic period, these gymnosperms were very dominant. Okay, so they were not early diverging, because gymnosperms diversion, or sorry, the early evolution of gymnosperm happened during the Paleozoic era itself. But during the Cretaceous period of the Mesozoic era, the angiosperms started diverging. Okay, so early diverging happened during the Jurassic period as well as in the Cretaceous period. Okay, reptiles and amphibians were common, but among the among the trees, among the plants which was there, so early diverging angiosperms will be there. Yeah, after I said, everybody is answering B. Yeah, so Kirtana birds were there, but were there apes? Remember, during the entire Mesozoic era, mammals were there, but they were only small nocturnal mammals. Primates did not come. Primates came only in the Cenozoic era. Okay, so not only animals, focus in the plants also. This question, this is also about the plants. So this is given in a graphical format. Okay, so now here not only it checks whether you are aware with the geological timescales or not, it also checks how good are you in reading the graphs. Okay, so this is actually what I love about the CSIR questions, that multiple things, multiple skills of a student are checked in a single question. So you have to read this diagram, okay, this graphical representation, this you have to read. Then only you will be able to answer. You might be knowing the answer, but if you are not able to read this diagram properly, you will not be able to answer. So what is given? The diagrams A to D below shows the relative abundance of major groups of plants in four different geological periods: Devonian, Carboniferous, Tertiary, and Cretaceous. Match the diagram A to D with the correct geological period. Humans were also there. Humans were there with dinosaurs. Vanishri? See, we are not talking about the Jurassic Park movie. And anyways, in Jurassic Park movie also, remember the first part, it shows that the DNA was taken from a fossilized mosquito, and from there the dinosaur was recreated in the lab. And then they make an amusement park and everything goes wrong and all of that were there. And that is why you see humans with dinosaurs in the movie. But actually, when the evolution was happening, humans were nowhere near that period. Vanishri, do you understand? Can it be done for real? Okay, then Anupam, I am not sure. Okay, but definitely, first of all, you have to get a fossilized animal in such a way. Okay, and then also you have to detect whether it has the DNA of dinosaur or not. So definitely, that is going to be very, very difficult and might be practically impossible also. Okay, many of you have given the correct answer. Yes. So in this thing, okay, so what you have to read, okay, so these are, so the crisscross is for early vascular, then the diagonal is for pteridophytes, then the horizontal is for gymnosperms, and the dots are for angiosperm. Okay. Now, if you rank them from complexity, in order of complexity, what do we see? That these are the simplest and angiosperms will be the most complex, right? So I'm just giving you the correlation. Like if you remember in which period which plant evolved, so then you can go for the answer directly. Okay, now in case you are not aware of that, but still you know the order and sequence, you can still answer it. Okay, so when you read this, right, so you know that this is going from simplest to complex. Okay, now, the order is what? Devonian, Carboniferous, Tertiary, and Cretaceous. Okay, these are the periods given. Now, arrange the periods in the order. So, definitely first is Devonian, then Carboniferous, then Cretaceous, and then Tertiary. Okay, now do the matching. So Devonian is the first period that is given to you. So what do you think? Out of the diagrams, don't you see that B1 is the one where the preliminary evolution of plant is happening with only early vascular plants. So B has to be Devonian. Agreed. Read the legends that are given here, Astha. So this crisscross means early vascular. So do you see? This is only crisscross, means this part is for early vascular and there's a very little bit of diagonal line here, which is for pteridophytes. Do you all agree to this? That B has to be linked with Devonian because anyways, that is the first period given and evolution of just the plants are starting. So according to the diagram that is given, which diagram will be for the first period? B, where only the early vascular plants are present. Okay, next what will be? So after vascular plants there are pteridophytes, and here there are gymnosperms are just starting to evolve, right? This is for gymnosperms. So this area is for gymnosperms, so they are just starting to evolve. Okay, so this D will be for carboniferous, the next in the line. Fine. Then in A and C, what is the difference? These two are majorly same. Okay, what is the difference? Difference is the proportion of angiosperms. So angiosperms are so high here, so highly diverse here, whereas in A it is just starting, right? That means A should come first in terms of period and then it will be D. That means Cretaceous will be A and Tertiary will be D. Not D, sorry, C. Tertiary will be C. Okay. So A will be Cretaceous, B will be Devonian. So A Cretaceous, B Devonian, C Tertiary, and D Carboniferous. Is it understood, everyone? Okay, so we are at time. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock, and really the question discussion, doing question discussion with you all were so much fun that I did not realize that we already passed 1 hour. I hope you found this 1 hour very productive and it will help you in answering and to understanding the concept of this topic even better. Please practice more questions, and if you are not able to solve anything, please do not hesitate, contact the faculties and we will be there to help you. Okay, everyone, so keep practicing. Everybody have a good weekend, and if for sure if you like the videos, please don't forget to give us your likes and loves to us. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Have a good evening as well as have a good weekend. Do practice and do revise.